Joined now by Bill Zito, GM of the Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers and a former Brewers employee. So what can you share with us about the story of what the Brewers mean to you?
Boy, oh boy, it that experience for me taught me so much about sports, about life, and then now later on, that team, the '82 team in particular, the way those players treated each other, treated other people, that sense of community that they have, the it was like the trust between and among the players on the team. It was something that I saw in our group, and certainly it's easy now, right? But reflecting back on this season, I saw so much of that in the way that they treated each other and treated other people.
Were there any poignant or funny or special moments that stand out to you about that '82 season with the Milwaukee Brewers here?
Other than the time I wrecked the side of Gorman Thomas's truck.
No, you didn't.
Oh yeah. Brought it. It was. They used to park out on the other side of the outfield, and I
Right.
brought it in, and I hit the clutch and not the brake, or hit the brake and not the clutch. It shifted, hit those great big doors that you would took the side panel out in the back. I pull up. Pete Vukovich sees it, runs in the locker room, starts screaming and yelling, laughing. He can't control himself. We had just lost. Gorman could not have been more gracious or kind. Of course, I thought my life was over, right? But yeah, that's a good one. On the visiting side, the guys used to prank Billy Martin all the time, and we didn't know what to do, right? You're not going to rat out the guys, and we had lots of fun. So much was just wonderful.
So as a bat boy in that role, Bill, to be around an organization and understand that every role on a team has value, how has that helped you set the culture of the Panthers in terms of everybody feeling included in your identity?
Harvey Keene was the manager of that group, and to me, looking back, I didn't understand it at the time, or I can't tell you that I knew it. Looking back now, I see it. He let everybody be themselves. He celebrated that which was good about each person. Everybody's got faults. Everybody makes mistakes. He didn't harp on it. He's like, you got one hit. Great. Next game you'll get to. It doesn't matter if you were 1 for 4. Just made that up. But that approach to being positive all the time and letting the players be themselves and just celebrating who they are. And that group of men couldn't have been more different, from a Ben Ogilvy to a Gorman Thomas to a Robin Yount to a Paul Molitor to Ted Simmons. And somehow they all came together. And I do think it was because they were empowered. Just be yourself. Just go play.
Was there ever an alternate universe, Bill, in which you would have been a baseball executive and not a hockey executive?
I don't know. I mean, I would have loved it. I'm passionate about baseball and love it, and I don't know. I think hockey was my true passion all along. And Mr. Dalton used to say to me all the time, why don't you think about maybe being a GM? I said, hockey. So I got half of it right.
It's remarkable to think, Bill, 40 years ago this summer, you leave Milwaukee and you go to Yale to play hockey for Tim Taylor, to be a Bulldog, and to go to one of the great universities in the world. What was that time in your life like when you left Milwaukee to begin this great journey that's led you now to this point?
To be honest, I had an opportunity to attend a prep school for 1 year, Phillips Andover, and really kind of changed my life. It's a wonderful place. That following spring of '83, April 15th used to be the acceptance day for colleges. And that was the day I found out, and I went to the mailbox and saw the Brewers were playing in Fenway. And I went to the game, and I came in the clubhouse to see everybody. And I remember vividly that one of the guys said, where are you going to college? I might go to Harvard or Yale or whatever. And they hip hip hooray in the locker room. I vividly remember it. So it was just that sense of community and treating everybody as if they were part of it.
This is your day with the Cup, Bill, and you wanted to be very thoughtful, I know, in planning it out and celebrating all the people that have helped you enjoy the Stanley Cup. So what have you done so far today?
It's a great tradition, I think, in hockey, where you'll see most of the people will try to take it take it somewhere as a sign of thanks and appreciation for someone, something, some entity that has done something for them. I started with the Milwaukee Admirals, the hockey team that I was fortunate enough to work for. Went to the Bucks, because I'm a big Bucks fan. Went to Froedtert Hospital, specifically to the clinical cancer center there that took care of my family for almost a decade. That was a wonderful thing to be able to do. Back to university school, Milwaukee Winter Club, where I played hockey and went to school. had to go to Cops for ice cream, and we made a great big sundae in the top. And we went over to Miller Brewing Company and did the brewery tour, of course. So we're hitting all the Milwaukee highlights and just having a blast.
I want to ask a couple more hockey questions. One is about Team USA and the Four Nations. And for our baseball fans who may not know, it's a big tournament coming up, and you're part of Bill Guerin's leadership team. How honored are you to be part of Team USA and building this first best-on-best roster for the first time now in 8 years?
Well, I remember the World Cup team that Billy was on and won. I'm honored to be part of anything with Billy Guerin and Chris Drury and Fitzy and Chris Kelleher. Yeah, a little tickled, excited, really excited, and even kind of on the side, it's almost a distraction during the playoffs. Where with Matthew, we got to get those, So it's just it's an honor, and actually tonight we're going to have a little bit of party. But Jimmy Johansson, who was a significant part of USA Hockey, a dear friend, and really helped me along the way. So his brother Johnny's coming in with the boys. So I'm real excited to see Johnny too.
That's great. And with Matthew Tkachuk being named to that roster, were you able to give him the news in person and have of course your players helped win the cup now on Team USA as well?
Yeah, that was nice. It was a special moment, and Matthew, of course, is just whatever you think about Matthew Tkachuk. If you think, oh, it seems like a guy who loves hockey, he loves hockey, right? And so it's fun to be around that type of energy. He just loves it. Win or lose. He loves the game and appreciates it.
And the final one on the Four Nations, of course, your captain, Alexander Barkov, will be on the opposite side. So you're going to have to manage against Sasha with what an amazing player he's become. How much will you either enjoy, appreciate the challenge of competing against Barkov there in the Four Nations?
Yeah, the plan is to play him 60 minutes a game for the 2 weeks leading up to the tournament. So, no, it's another guy. We're so blessed to have these high-quality athletes and performers, but who are better people. And I know it's said a lot, and it's become almost overstated in pro sports, but those two in particular, and there's a couple other guys, but just such character human beings that you can't help but be happy for them and look forward to a great competition.
Bill, congratulations again. Thanks for bringing the cup here to the ballpark, and I know your hometown's very proud of you, Bill, so congratulations once again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Back to you.